So this should be a quick pass, but if you can find a way to hold on to it and let your guys run, it's a hard play to defend.
He's got all the time in the world. Pocket is, perfectly formed here. There's no pressure up the middle.
He's got all day to look and make sure this is the guy he wants. And safety on a wide receiver, it's an easy touchdown, really. There's no chance for this safety right here. We just can't put ourselves in a situation. We get safeties matched up on wideouts. We play a lot of cover 2 against these guys for that reason. Let them stay in front of us, come into our zones, and see if we can break and make plays on them.
Picked off! Barber! Randy Barber at the 20-yard line. How you go, Randy?
Still right, baby. Hell yeah.
We'll get a line cover 2 right here. Yeah.
Atlanta's playing cover 2 right here.
They got 2 deep safeties. So basically these corners are playing all the intermediate to short routes and letting these safeties play anything that comes vertical.
This corner right here from cover 2, you really got to play this from deep to short, this deep route. You'd like to be under it, get some air under it. Maybe the safety has a chance to make the play, but corner's sitting in the flat.
And the ball's there before the safety can make a play on it.
That's what makes that play successful. They know what's going on. They understand how to beat just about every coverage there is out there. Got our hands cut out. Me and DK and Mario got our hands cut out trying to contain these guys. I mean, it's a tough job, but, like they say, somebody's got to do this deal.
Still the best. Still the best. The best in the league. Oh, no. I'm telling you.
Mark Bulger, his coach, said he could be the best Rams quarterback ever. Maybe. You never know. We think Ron Jaworski is the best quarterback ever. That's a definite.
Thank you very much, Stu. When we talk about the Rams offensively, and Tommy likes to talk about Mike Martz being unconventional, and he certainly is. He doesn't care about turnovers. He doesn't care about field position. He doesn't care about time of possession. He doesn't care about ball control. Doesn't care about sustaining offense. But as I study the Rams offense and Mike Martz's design, when he designs a play, he expects it to score. When the Rams offense is clicking on all cylinders, they're one of the most dominant forces in the NFL. Coach Martz is masterful at dictating matchups. He challenges the entire field while giving his players a chance to make a play. Here, the matchup is wide receiver Kevin Curtis versus strong safety Terrell Vieira. Curtis will run a vertical route from his slot position. The 2 concerns on this downfield throw are deep safety Ken Hamlin and cornerback Ken Lucas. Watch how the design of the routes affects Lucas. When wide receiver Isaac Bruce curls up at the top of the screen, Lucas hesitates for just a moment. That split second of uncertainty is just enough for Curtis to fly by. This is as good as it gets throwing the ball down the field. But watch quarterback Mark Bulger from the end zone angle. His hard pump fake to the right moves safety Ken Hamlin from the middle of the field. That not only gives Bulger more space to make the throw, but allows him to put a lot of air under the ball, giving his receiver a chance to make a great play. Mark Bulger is still not a wily old vet when it comes to handling the blitzes, but Mike Martz has solved that by giving him more protection. As I've studied the Rams offensively, they're not in that big hurry to get 3, 4, and even 5 wide receivers out. They're thinking protection first, allowing their receivers to work deep down the field.
And you know what? I don't have a problem with him thinking protection because he has 2 of the best wide receivers in the league, both playing on the same team. I could keep everybody else in and just send them 2 out. Tom, I know you hate to hear it, but
no, I almost understand Mike Martz wanting to throw the ball all the time.
I don't agree, but I almost understand.
You're a quarterback and a wide receiver. Okay. I know you want to throw all the time. And the only thing that I'll say is I'm just looking for some balance. I know that coach is going to be unconventional. That's going to happen. But when you look at the numbers, when you see what Marshall Faulk is capable of, I mean, this is since Mike Martz took over. If he gets it 25 times or more, we're 12-0. Get it 20 or more, we're 24-1. Fewer than 2016 and 22, and when he rushes for 100 yards, you are undefeated. So that says something. There has to be something said for that. There has to be some balance in there. With all that throwing the football, use one of the great runners of our time.
You know what it says? It says they get a lead early throwing the football, then they feed it to Marshall and give him those runs to secure the victory.
Okay. All right. All right. Get a lead.
27-0.
27-0.
Running number 28.
27-0. He the boss. He the boss.
The Tampa Bay Bucks, I'm not the boss, I'm just the man to ask the questions. The boss, Tampa Bay defense, they're thinking they got to be the boss against this Rams offense. And the man who leads that defense, the boss, Derek Brooks, mic'd up for sound.
Hey, we all we got up in here, man. Let's go, boy. You got to feed on this hate. Use that energy, man. Get this first win on 3. Win. 1, 2, 3. Win. We rolling. We rolling. Left. Let's stretch. That's us, baby. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Stay back. Tell him to slide, Frank. Tell him to slide. Gannon got to slide. Oh, if he don't slide, he free game. I hope he all right. I hope he all right, though. Keep our poise, man. Okay? Listen. Everything start with a close call. Oh. You want that on film, bro. You want that on film, dog. Gotta keep an eye on 73 now in these cheap shots. Come on, Mac. Get in the huddle, Frank. Oh, that language? There's kids watching this.
Good times and bad times. It's bad times right now. We don't quit. We play 4 quarters, 60 minutes.
That's it, man.
We got pride right here, okay?
Hey, let's go, D. We still dominating. Oh, yeah, B. Let's go, B. Don't try, Frank. I hear you, Sal. Sal told him what we were going to do up front. He told him in the huddle. He said the D-line coming off at your legs, so jump over the guy. Good game, boy. What up, boy? Congratulations. Good job. Thank you. Good job. Good luck the rest of it. I'll talk to you.
Good stuff. What time is it, y'all? I don't know. But I believe it's about time to get jacked up.
Yeah. Monday Night Countdown is delivered by UPS. What can Brown do for you? And in part by State Farm. Call your neighborhood State Farm agent and find out why State Farm insures more drivers than anyone else. And Right Guard. Get the power stripe from Right Guard. Right Guard, right to the end of the day.
ESPN puts the spotlight.
Jacked Up, brought to you by Dodge. Log on to ESPN.com and vote for who you think got jacked up.
Your neck hurt?
Tommy, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, I'm stretching.
Yep, we are time to get ready for week 6 of Jacked Up. Let's get to the hit list. Number 5, Panthers and the Eagles, 3rd quarter, Stephen Davis. Guy gonna be taking the handoff and drilled by the former Eagle, Brian Dawkins. And watch the hit right there. Take a look at the replay. You're gonna see the head of Stephen Davis snap back right on the hit by Brian Dawkins. Oh, boy, Stephen Davis got jacked up. Number 4, same game, Jake Delhomme back to throw to Brad Hoover. We show you this coming from the right side of your screen. Left side right there, it's Javon Curse. Take one more look at it and you can tell that Jake Delhomme got jacked up. Number 3, the Texans and the Titans, Chris Brown, Jason Simmons. This is a double right here. You can see both guys and just take another look at it right here. You can see both guys got jacked up. Number 2, Steelers and the Cowboys. Come on, Ike Taylor on the kickoff return. It's a picture-perfect form right there. Ike Taylor got jacked up. Man, I've never seen a better tackle than that right there. And number 1, Seahawks and Pats. one of the best quarterbacks in this league. Tom Brady showing his guts, going for the first down. Michael Bullware and Cheeky O'Keefer. We're going to see this from another angle right here coming at you. Right there, Tom Brady going to be checking all the teeth, checking. Tom Brady got jacked up.
And you saw Chris Brown got jacked up pretty badly. He left the game, didn't return, but he is okay.
He's okay.
Yeah.
The other guy, rock-a-bye, baby.
All right, lead pipe. Speaking of getting jacked up.
Come on.
We had a rough one last week. But I'm still holding a commanding lead, as you can see. But I'm going to make my pick. But before I do that, happy birthday to my daughter, Jessica. Her birthday today, along with Mike Ditka. So happy birthday, gang. All right, and I'm going to go with the St. Louis Rams as my pick.
Oh, of course you are, Jaws.
I'm a
going
former
with the
Ram.
St. Louis Rams also, but I'm telling you, I will not mess up any more Monday night games. I'm winning the rest of the way.
I'm going with the Rams as well.
See,
I don't have a speech to make. I'm just going with the Rams.
I got a speech. In week 1, we all picked the Panthers. Right. And the Packers beat the Panthers. Last week, we all picked the Packers.
You guys are
And the Packers lost. So it seems
guys.
like every time we all go together, we all lose.
So you're going with Tampa Bay.
Bucks have beaten the Rams 3 straight times. Brian Greasy, 66% of his passes.
Yeah. What you got to say?
I'm still going to the Rams. I don't know. I don't know how. Okay. Let's forget our picks real quickly. What possible way could the Bucks win?
I can't see it.
They play solid defense. That's what they do.
Their pass defense is very good.
At some point.
Jaws said Clayton and Tim Brown could win the game.
Mark Clayton and Tim Brown, or Michael Clayton, Tim Brown.
All of their points are sitting home with Keenan McCardell.
We all go with the Rams. Monday Night Football. St. Louis, Tampa. Next.
المركز الرياضي يضعك.
أهلا بكم ثانية. ننطلق بأقصى سرعتنا نحو حلبة سباق موغيلا في إيطاليا لمتابعة الجولة الخامسة من بطولة الجائزة الكبرى.
A world where high achievement isn't just an expression. A world where the stars rise up in the sky. Welcome to the wonderful world of college football on Orbit ESPN.
على تي في ماكس خلال نوفمبر خذوا أسرع طريق إلى أحدث الإصدارات السينمائية من هوليوود مباشرة إلى صالة جلوسكم. أين تودون التوجه؟ The Last Samurai. اصحبوا توم كروز في رحلة إلى اليابان يكتشف فيها روح المقاتل في قلبه في هذا الفيلم الأسطوري الحصري Monster Man. تابعوا رحلة برية بريئة تتحول إلى كابوس ظلام ورعب. In the Cut. قوموا برحلة في قلب امرأة تقودها الرغبة إلى طريق مرعب. بطولة الممثلة الرائعة والمتميزة ميغ راين. Looney Tunes back in action. انضموا إلى باجز باني وأصدقائه في رحلة مرحة في هذا الفيلم العائلي الرائع الذي نوفره لكم لأول مرة بالإنجليزية والعربية.
ما الذي قلته؟
خذوا أسرع طريق إلى أحدث الإصدارات السينمائية خلال نوفمبر على تي في ماكس صالة عرضكم المنزلية.
بشرى سارة لمشتركين program already in progress.
Stick around a bit later. ESPN brings you Game 6 of the American League Championship Series between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees. Last night in the 14th inning, the Red Sox assured us of a Game 6. David Ortiz, again, driving in a 5-4 win. Don't miss another chapter in this storied baseball rivalry on the worldwide leader in sports. We'll return to Madrid in just a moment. Rafael Nadal, an easy winner in our first match of the day.
As the race towards the
Welcome back to Madrid, everyone, where our first part.
Due Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in this Orbit ESPN program.
But you can request a measurement.
Well, it looked like he worked back and maybe lost the first down, but
did 5 out of 6.
That's a reason.
1st and 10. Can't beat him, join him. Falk picks up a couple. For the Rams, of course, they underwent the big transition last year following the Kurt Warner years, and Kurt just couldn't get healthy, and finally they had to hand the reins after the opening game against the Giants to Bulger. He did well enough. It was time to sign Mark to a long-term contract. Couldn't keep Warner, and of course Kurt doing pretty well in New York right now.
He's doing very well in New York, and Mark Bulger is doing very well here. Mark Bulger has, I think, the quickest release in football.
2nd down and 7 from the 24-yard line. And he throws that one away. It'll be 3rd down, and let's check in with Michelle.
Well, Mark Bulger has a big fan in Isaac Bruce, you guys. Isaac Bruce told me from a wide receiver's perspective, you love a guy who's going to go for the jugular. He's not afraid to throw the ball downfield into tight coverage. He said all you have to do is look at that touchdown pass he threw in overtime last week at Seattle. It's in overtime. It's on the road. It's against a division foe, and his feet are not antsy on the throw. And that's certainly true, and Isaac Bruce said that's all you need to know about Mark Bulger.
I mean, Bulger's story, when you think about it, Michelle, is almost as good as Warner's story. I mean, really out of nowhere. 3rd down and 7. And Bulger slings it, and it's off the hands of Torrey Holt. A little bit high for him. But Warner just took a little bit longer. For Bulger, though, he was a 6th-round draft choice of New Orleans in 2000.
But he just stuck with it, and he's a bright guy. That's what Mike March likes about him, is that he can absorb everything he puts in. And Mike March puts in crazy things. I mean, he'll give him like 50 plays one day, then he'll start him that night, then he'll come back the next day and give him 50 more plays.
He is the mad scientist. Here's Sean Landetta, who can still bang him. 21-yard line, Tim Brown. And the longtime great receiver for the Raiders brings it back to the 34-yard line. 56-yard boot, 13-yard return. 1:42 left in the quarter. 7-7.
جماهير مميزة، لاعبون متميزون، أهداف ممتازة، كرة قدم بامتياز. الدوري البرازيلي مستمر الأحد في الأوقات التالية مباشرة على الرياضية.
They're 3 career criminals with 1 shot at freedom. Now they're working for the feds who put them away. They're bad girls turned good.
People just don't learn, do you?
ستيفن سيغال ودينيس هوبر في تيكر في عرض أول وحصري قريبا على سوبر موفيز.
ما عندكش فكرة أنا سعيدة قد إيه؟
محتاجة مساعدة؟
ما عرفتنيش؟
والله ما عرفت.
صباحا.
وحشتيني.
مش باين.
ما انت جنبك تبقى الدنيا وما فيها.
هتدخلي ولا تقابليه الا باذني.
ها عملت ايه؟
الفرصه تجيلك لغايه عندي تقولي لها لا.
ما تتصوريش انت معزتك عندي دلوقتي بقى شكلها ايه.
مشوار امرأة كل يوم خلال شهر رمضان 7:30 مساء بتوقيت جرينتش على قناة المسلسلات.
Haven't had a Monday night game in Cincinnati in 15 years. We'll be there next Monday night, and the Bengals will host the red-hot Broncos, 5-1, and their sudden star, Reuben Drones. You plug them in, they run for 150, 170 yards. Reuben Drones, back-to-back huge games for Denver. The Broncos 5-1, and the Bengals next Monday night. Now Greasy throws. And he hits Michael Clayton. Clayton played for the BCS champion LSU Tigers last year. His third catch, and Greasy's 5 for 5. And Ronde Barber is mic'd up.
Woo, big boy. A lot of mass coming at me right there. They're going to drop back and throw the ball 60 times. It's going to be our day. Let's rule the day, man. Let's rule this day.
They've already thrown it 10, and now Greasy is able to turn what would have been a short loss into a little bit of a gain, forced out of bounds as we're down to the minute mark remaining in the opening period.
I think Ronde Barber got his shoes knocked off. That was Andy McCullum there. He was talking about, hey, big boys, there's a lot of mass coming at me. I tell you, he's a cornerback, and he only weighs 184 pounds, but he's a corner that plays a lot like a linebacker. He is a very good tackler. He is a very tough guy, and just like we saw him on that play, he will be in the middle of runs right in the middle of the field.
And he makes big plays, and as you saw, 2 fumble returns for touchdowns. Ronde Barber leads the team in touchdowns. Pittman. And one of the problems when we talked about Tampa Bay offensively, they really can't do much. When you go to the 6th week of the season, John, and your leading touchdown maker is a cornerback, your offense is not doing the job.
Yeah, you know that you're a work in progress, and you probably are starting your 3rd quarterback of the season.
Which is what's happening. Brad Johnson is the number 2 quarterback tonight. Chris Sims was hurt last week. They hope to have him back with a sprained shoulder in a couple of weeks. So it's Greasy. And he led him to a touchdown drive to tie the game early on. It's 7-7, end of 1, and Monday Night Football resumes from St. Louis after this message in the words from our ABC stations.
هل تريدون معرفة كل؟
إذن فاستعد لسرعة جديدة تتجاوز حدود ما تخيلته ممكنا. أوربت ساتنت، إنترنت ثنائي الاتجاه عبر القمر الصناعي، توفر لك إنترنت مباشر وغير محدود، أسرع ب10 20 30 إلى 50 مرة من الإنترنت العادي حسب رغبتك. لا حاجة لخط أو لدفع فاتورة الهاتف، وبأسعار منافسة، لاستخدام غير محدود 24 ساعة في اليوم 7 أيام في الأسبوع مع دعم تقني على مدار الساعة. أوربت ساتنت، سرعة لا تصدق.
للمزيد من المعلومات اتصلوا بوكيل أوربت المحلي أو زوروا موقع الإنترنت www.orbitsatnet.com.
Second stanza in St. Louis. Al Michaels, John Madden, Michelle Tafoya. John Gruden on one side, Mike Martz on the other. Game tied 7-7. 3rd down and 5. Bucks ball at the 50-yard line. Greasy protected well, slings it out of the pocket to Clayton. And only because he was stumbling as he made the grab did he not get into the end zone. He takes it to the 5, and it's Kwame Lassiter who makes the tackle after a 44-yard gain. And for that rookie, Clayton, that's 4 catches, 83 yards.
John Gruden was waiting for that one. He wanted to get in scoring position. Clayton comes across the backfield. He started on the left, came in motion across the field, came into a bunch, and then runs a post pattern. That was set up. They've been setting that up the whole first quarter. They have the break at the quarter. They can't wait to throw it. This was the perfect time and the perfect coverage.
DeJuan Gross, the cornerback, is the guy who got burned. 1st and goal. Tampa trying to take the lead. Piece of Tino East Samoa making the tackle right there on Michael Pittman.
Let's watch that play again where we see the whole play. Michael Clayton is right here, and he's going to come in motion. Then he gets over here, and then they have 3 a bunch, and he comes up, and he just runs a post pattern right there. You see, they get all 3 of them right here. The 2 go into the inside. Michael Clayton runs at that corner, then right by the safety. The minute he gets by that corner, they want to give him the ball, and that's what Brian Greasy did.
2nd and goal from the 4. Allstott is the tailback, and Greasy's going to roll with it and try to take it himself, and gets banged out of bounds by Tommy Polley at the 5-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and goal.
You know, that was that same play where he hit Heller down there earlier, going the other way on that bootleg. See the bootleg? They're gonna fake to the left, fake the running backs to the right, and then he's gonna come right off of them on a play action pass. He's looking for the tight end there, and he's looking for a tight end in back of the end zone. Neither one was open.
Griese completed his last 6 passes last week and his first 6 tonight. 3 wideouts here in this set. Third and goal, under pressure, fires, caught, touchdown, Michael Pittman. And the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who fell behind very early, 7-0, come back. This drive began at their own 34-yard line, 7 plays, and they go 66 yards.
You watch Brian Griese hang in on this. There's Leonard Little. He is right there. Brian Griese knows that he's going to get whacked, and he just stands in there and makes that throw. This is when a quarterback is tough. When he knows he's going to get it, but he doesn't concentrate on where he's going to get it from. He concentrates on downfield.
Full takedown, but Griese is 7 of 7 for 101 yards. Dramatico the extra point, and wherever Daddy Bob is tonight, there has to be a big smile on our man Bob Griese's face right now. Clayton sets it up with this grab, and Tampa Bay leads by 7.
حسين عن ناصية.
لا دول بيهرجوا. ايه التهريج ده؟ انا هقول لك
في ايه؟ فحد يقول لي
كماء ضاحكة معكسة ونقارة.
عينيكي عايزة ضرب الجزمة.
انت فين يا سياحس؟
مش مقتنع يا استاذ. حاسب وانت ماشي على الناصية.
حسين عن ناصية يوميا في 3:30 بعد الظهر بتوقيت جرينتش على قناة اليوم.
انت اسمك ايه؟ الشاب سيد حلاق وفنان لاول مره معاه.
الرجلان
اسمه راي جزائري قلاد العظم.
انا اسمي عاطف فوزي الخير. انا مرتبي 640 جنيه.
في ايه؟
بنطلون اتفتح. ده هو نفسه يتجوز من زمان عشان يلاقي واحده تخيط له البنطلونات.
إحداهما معاق فنيا والآخر معاق اجتماعيا.
خلاص تعقدت بالجواز يا ماما.
سيد والنبي بتحبني وبتغير عليا.
اول واحد.
First down from the 27-yard line, and action on the left side. Might have been Scott Teixeira, the left guard.
Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Meanwhile, Rondé is mic'd up. Listen to this.
Hey, do me a favor. Go in my locker room, grab my other shoes, the Reebok ones. Yeah, the Reebok, the high tops. These are the ones Torrey got on, so I'm going right with them. So these are the ones Torrey got on.
Weapon against weapon, and that pass is dropped by Torrey Holt. Rondé Barber helped to break up the play. Coming into the game, what was pretty interesting, John, in 5 games, Bruce and Holt, neither guy had dropped an on-target pass. And Bruce dropped one early, and for Torrey, unless Barber got his hand in, that would be the second to him that was on the numbers that he couldn't handle.
And Mark Bulger is a very accurate passer. I mean, he releases that ball before they get. He throws it to a window, and they run into the window, and it's usually right there. So I would say that when there is an incomplete pass or one drop like that, it's a receiver's fault.
2nd and 15. Pump fake deep down the sideline, and Isaac Bruce is out of bounds. But boy, he is so, almost effortless. He makes a very difficult catch, but couldn't get his feet down.
Well, you know, that's that cover 2 thing. You have a corner here and a safety here. And what you try and do is hit him in the hole between the corner and the safety. Mark Bulger puts it right there, and that is very, very close. Left foot. I don't know. I guess the right foot was on the line. Huh?
I'm guessing it is. Now, the crowd, of course, is looking at this. as you are, yeah, it's on the line.
Yeah.
Knowing Mike March, I mean, Mike March indiscriminately loves to challenge, but he's gotten a little bit better, apparently, because sometimes he's used his challenges very early in the game.
Well, he could look at it up there in the big screen and see that that right foot was on the line.
Rams call timeout before the 3rd and 15. Early second period, and the Bucks are up 14-7.
على تي في ماكس خلال نوفمبر خذوا أسرع طريق إلى أحدث الإصدارات السينمائية من هوليوود مباشرة إلى صالة جلوسكم. أين تودون التوجه؟ The Last Samurai. اصحبوا توم كروز في رحلة إلى اليابان يكتشف فيها روح المقاتل في قلبه في هذا الفيلم الأسطوري الحصري مونستر مان. تابعوا رحلة مرية بريئة تتحول إلى كابوس ظلام ورعب. In the Cut قوموا برحلة في قلب امرأة تقودها الرغبة إلى طريق مرعب. بطولة الممثلة الرائعة والمتميزة ميغ راين. Looney Tunes back in action. انضموا إلى باجز باني وأصدقائه في رحلة مرحة في هذا الفيلم العائلي الرائع الذي نوفره لكم لأول مرة بالإنجليزية والعربية.
ما الذي قلته؟
خذوا أسرع طريق إلى أحدث الإصدارات السينمائية خلال نوفمبر على تي في ماكس صالة عرضكم المنزلية.
للتاريخ أفغانستان بين المطرقة والسندان.
أرضنا تنتهك هناك وتستباح نساؤنا هنا.
من لا يغار على محارمه لا يقدر أن يحارب عدوا وينتصر عليه.
جهادنا الأصغر هي مساعدة إخواننا الأفغان المسلمين، أما الجهاد الأكبر فهو إنشاء مجتمع إسلامي في دولة إسلامية.
والجهاد في أفغانستان إعداد للجهاد في فلسطين.
الطريق إلى كابول كل يوم 4:45 بتوقيت غرينتش على قناة الصفوة.
There's the QB comparison. Bulger under 50%, and that's news. And that quarterback rating right there for Brian Griese, that's as good as it gets. Not my writing, but 158.3 is the highest rating achievable. And Griese's coming off a game in New Orleans last week. He had the second highest rating.
What was that mark that you put on there? What do you call it? Was that an arrow, a form of an arrow, or a square?
You know what it is? It's a guy who writes right-handed trying to write left-handed. 3rd down and 15. And Bulger, after taking the timeout, gets crushed by Greg Spires.
You know, that's the second time that Greg Spires has did that to Grant Williams. And what he does, he just gets on him right here and just bull rushes him. You see, he gets that corner, and then he just pushes, just gets right around his shoulder. And the minute he gets past his right shoulder, he's right on Mark Bulger. If they're going to have to help someone, it's going to be that right side. They have to help Grant Williams in pass protection.
And he's occupying the spot that would have been occupied by Kyle Turley, but he's hurt, out for the season, and wondering about the rest of his career as well. 36-yard punt there. Fair caught by Brown. Bucks ball in Rams territory at the 49.
أجمل اللحظات الرياضية خلال نوفمبر على أوربت. الدوري السعودي له جاذبية قوية بين جميع عشاق كرة القدم. دوري كرة القدم الأمريكية يزداد منافسة مباراة بعد أخرى. حماس الدوري الهولندي لا يعرف الراحة. أفضل 8 لاعبي تنس يلتقون في الدور النهائي لبطولة الماسترز في هيوستن. الدوري الفرنسي يتجلى في أروع صوره. منتخبات أمريكا الجنوبية تتابع سعيها وراء حجز بطاقتها إلى كأس العالم 2006. نوفمبر على أوربت، عالم من الرياضة.
جماهير مميزة، لاعبون متميزون، أهداف ممتازة، كرة قدم بامتياز. الدوري البرازيلي مستمر الأحد في الأوقات التالية مباشرة على الرياضية.
Okay, Bernie. Big smile for the camera and action.
It has been the launchpad of some of America's best-known comedians, from John Belushi to Steph Martin, Mick Myers to Bill Murray. And one big name star hasn't appeared in it at any time or another. The best of Saturday Night Live, Wednesdays at 9:30 time on Super Comedy. Brian's with Comedy. Comedies with Brian's.
Tampa Bay Bucks in a very, very important early season game. They started 0-4, got off the schneid last week. I'll ask John about his platform later.
There's someone who doesn't know what they're talking about.
1st and 10. You wouldn't need Air Force One. And Greasy throws, and it's caught out on the flat by Will Heller. His second catch and a first down for Tampa Bay.
You were talking about Greg Spires and his pass rush against Grant Williams. Watch this. You see, the minute he gets that outside shoulder, he slaps the outside shoulder, then brings the right shoulder around, and then he's beyond him. It's that old thing, when you're even, you're leaving. And Spires gets even with him. His shoulder's even with him, and then he's right beyond him.
2 sacks for the Bucks. 1st and 10 now. At the 38-yard line. Pittman. You know, with Tampa Bay, the quarterback situation, remember, Brad Johnson leads them to the Super Bowl. Then last year, the Bucks don't make the playoffs. And Johnson is their guy when they began the year. And there is Brad, the number 2 quarterback tonight. But they wanted to bring Chris Sims along and gave him the start last week. And Chris performed very well, but then he got hurt, sprained shoulder, not in uniform tonight. Greasy came over from Miami, signed with Tampa Bay in the offseason. Now they also have Jason Garrett, the former Giant, and Cowboy on the roster as the number 3 quarterback tonight. 2nd down and 7 from the 34-yard line. Short drop, caught on a slant. And that's Charles Lee, who had a big Monday night game against the Giants last November. Butler makes the tackle, 14 yards, first down, and Greasy is a perfect 9 for 9.
You look at the thing that Brian Greasy's doing here. This is just a slam, but he said last night, he said, we want to get the ball up the field. You know, and this Tampa Bay offense has kind of been a dink and dunk and play action pass and those kind of things. And I'll tell you, he has done that tonight. He's really spread it out, and he's spread it out vertically.
Pittman. Gain of 4. Let's check in with Michelle.
Well, you guys, I spoke with Bob Greasy last night, Brian's dad, and he told me that he spoke with Brian during the week and said you've got to be on top of everything when you're preparing to be a starter. But even Bob Greasy in his own career said there were times he prepared too much and was too wound up to just come in and play well. He wanted Brian to remain relaxed and calm, and it appears he's doing that tonight, guys.
Relaxed and calm is pretty much the way I've always known Brian Greasy. Years in Denver.
That Greasy clan, Bob Greasy was always relaxed.
Very much so. And that is broken up in the end zone, and that's the first incomplete pass off the arm of Greasy, Michael Clayton, the intended receiver.
Brian Greasy really likes his Michael Clayton. I mean, he's only a rookie, but he's going to be something. He said he likes his work ethic, and he wants to be great. And, you know, I mean, he's one of those guys that will stay after practice, take passes, you know, wants to know what he has to do. That he has to hold that corner, that gross a little more before he makes that last cut.
6'4", 197. He makes a very inviting target, and he's very fast. He's in motion. Greasy to his third option, and it is nearly intercepted. DeJuan Gross almost had it after it was bobbled by Charles Lee. 4th down.
They were in a dime defense. They had the 6 defensive backs in there. And of course, the closer you get to the end zone, the tougher it is to find an open guy in that. And you can see that ball, though, was pretty well thrown. That was right in Charles Lee's hands. He should have caught that.
Now a field goal attempt coming from the 25-yard line. So it's a 35-yard attempt. Martin Gramatica. Josh Bidwell to hold it. And that kick is close and no good. Hooked it a little, just enough. 9:24 to the half. Tampa Bay's lead is still 14-7.
الدوري الهولندي هو الموطن والكرة الشاملة هي المدرسة. هم ابتدعوها وأوربت تنقلها لكم. التغطية الكاملة للكرة الشاملة. الدوري الهولندي يبث حاليا حصريا على الرياضيات.
انت بتحبي شكري ولا لا؟
اتأخرت ليه؟
طبعا بحب.
المفروض ان الزوجة تبقى تحت امر راجلها في اي وقت يطلبها.
طب ليه هو ما يحاولش؟ ما هو كمان بيحبني.
لا 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 امشي.
كرامة امرأة قريبا حصريا على تي في ماكس.
Tick tock. You people just don't learn, do you?
ستيفن سيغال ودينيس هوبر في تيكر في عرض أول وحصري قريبا على سوبر موفيز.
Gramatica was pleading his case. Here's the deal on a field goal. If you kick it over the top of the upright, as he did, if the ball is totally within the outside edge, in other words, it can go over the upright, but the whole ball has to be inside the outside edge for it to be good. So, you know, that's as high as the goalposts are in the NFL. Somehow you would think the technology is there to, you know, at least shoot a beam up to the ceiling or the sky or whatever, and you get a better idea of whether it was good or not. 1st and 10 from the 25 after the missed field goal, so it comes back to the spot from which it was kicked. And it's Jackson for a gain of 9. So it doesn't have to be totally inside the upright as long as the ball, no part of the ball is beyond the outside of the upright.
You know, and that's one of the rules that is not reviewable. So even had it been extended and you would see that they missed that call, there's nothing you can do about it. Once they call it no good, there's nothing you can do about it. I don't. What do you think of that one right there?
Well, how in the world can, I mean, who's in a position to see it? I mean, you have two guys underneath the upright, and then everybody else is back upfield. So, I mean, that's just a guessing game on a kick like that.
Right, and the call is the two guys underneath the upright.
2nd down and 1. Jackson again. Flag, 38-yard line. For the moment, a 1st down pending.
Offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Repeat, 2nd down.
That's the tight end, Brandon Manamaliuna.
You know, Steven Jackson went to high school in Las Vegas, and anytime a great high school player comes out of Las Vegas, he will be the highest recruited player in high school football. But anyway, in high school, he was number 34. Then he goes to Oregon State, and he's number 34. Then he comes into the NFL, and he doesn't want 34. He wants 39 because there's no other back that's number 39.
I love that point you just made, though. That's where you want to recruit.
Remember Dave Humm?
Oh,
the
sure.
Quarterback, yeah, he was from Las Vegas.
Yeah, he's
and I mean, they all came. I mean, Bear Bryant, Woody Hayes, the whole, every coach in the country came to recruit Dave Humm.
And that's Jackson. Not only that, but if I'm not mistaken, I think his father was either a casino executive or, you know, a big guy in Vegas. So you'd go to recruit Humm, and then his father would get you a nice suite, And that was, you know, it was better than recruiting a kid out of Alamogordo, New Mexico.
Right. His father did work for one of the casinos, so you got a double dip there. But coaches came from all over to see him, and I'm sure it's the same thing with Steven Jackson. You get a great high school player in Las Vegas, and the guy that recruits him is a head coach. We're not talking about some assistant coach here either, you know.
3rd down and 5. Multiple trips, too. Bolger throws, caught, 1st down. That's Sean McDonald, the second-year wide receiver out of Arizona State. Tackled by Derek Brooks, gained 10, moved the chains. And he wanted a face mask.
Yeah, this is the thing. They'll put. You'll see Sean McDonald here, and they put him right in the slot, and that's where they think they can get mismatches. You know that they're going to have good coverage outside. They're going to have their corners and safeties, and you know that inside they're going to have linebackers and lesser defensive backs. But look at that release we talked about, Mark Bolger. You know, I mean, when he sees something, the next thing is that ball is out of there as quickly as it can be.
1st and 10. Falks only carried the ball 3 times tonight. Here's the 4th. 4 carries now for Falk for a total of 10 yards. Jackson 5 carries for 27. What's interesting is on the other side, the Bucks tonight have had 10 rushes for only 19 yards. But Clayton's been the big guy on the receiving end. Greasy has had the hot hand, and the Bucks are up by a touchdown.
You know, John Gruden was saying last night, and I'm sure that he was kidding. He said, "I'd like to run the ball every play." And you know, I mean, when they used to throw that short pass all the time, you'd think, well, why don't you run it some? But tonight with Brian Greasy, this is a different passing game for Tampa Bay.
2nd down and 7 from the 42-yard line. Caught by Torrey Holt, a little shy of the 1st down. You know, there are ways to compare careers. Take a look at one way to do this. 75 games with a particular team. Most touchdowns in his first 75 games, and this is number 75. Falk would be the holder of that record. Jim Brown and Emmitt Smith, 2 and 3. And the most yards from scrimmage belongs to Falk. And look at that margin. And what's interesting is this is his 2nd team. I mean, he also had a pretty terrific start to his career with Indianapolis.
And I don't think there's a smarter football player in the NFL.
Here's Isaac Bruce making the catch, and for the first time tonight, the crowd gets to salute their man, his first catch of the evening. Marshall Faulk, you know, we talked in the past about how few trades there are in the NFL, and we'll get a little bit more into that because the trading deadline is tomorrow, and Tampa might have 1 or 2 guys in play. But in that trade, Indianapolis winds up with Edgerrin James, drafted out of Miami.